Welcome, card number 2. Welcome to the Purple Crown Goddess Tarot. I am the Purple Crown Goddess, Miss Nikia Monique, and it is an honor to be here reading for you all today. So today I am doing your heart to hand readings for the month. They're always timeless, okay? I just do a batch of readings every month, right? A batch of different types of readings every month, along with some collective readings. I did post a collective reading around the energy of this full moon that is coming up, this harvest moon. It's a timeless energy, just like this reading, very timeless. If you see this reading, if you happen to see this reading around the harvest full moon, it's even more, all the more powerful. And if you see it around the time of a full moon, when you get this reading, oh wow, it's powerful timing, okay? So let's go on and get into your reading around abundance and prosperity energy, okay? So with the heart to hand readings, as you all know, I like to give us the opportunity to send our desires up into the ethers. We're going to use a bay leaf, okay? So I want you to focus on this bay leaf and focus on what it is that you are desiring at this time. I would encourage you not to trespass against another person's free will. Focus your desires on self, and the truth that is within your own heart, okay? So let's go on and get into it. Thank you, Most High God, Divine Mother and Father. Thank you for allowing me to read for the viewer. Thank you for allowing for secret synchronicities to be received during this reading so that the viewer knows and understands without a shadow of a doubt that this reading was designed and orchestrated divinely just for them by you. I thank you for allowing for growth, healing, prosperity, and abundance into the viewer's life that they can use to proliferate the good that is within the community. In your name, I thank you so much. So it is. Ashe, ashe, ashe. If you have your desire, go ahead, and if you don't have your desire, go ahead and pause. But we're going to go ahead and burn this bay leaf and send these desires into the ethers. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. So it is. Okay, so what energies are crowning this reading, Divine Mother and Father? What energies are crowning this energy at this time? For card number 2. And of course, you guys know who I'm reading for, but I don't. All right, your zodiac sign is in this sealed envelope, and I'll open them all up when I am done. Crowning energies for card number 2. Crowning energies for card number 2. Crowning energies. Stop isolating yourself. Stop isolating yourself. For that to be crowning the reading of a prosperity and an abundance reading, excuse me, I'm going to tell you. For the collective reading that I posted about this new moon, there was an energy about community and participating in the great exchange that is life, okay? I feel that some of you guys are spending a little bit too much time in the dream state, and that the Most High God is asking you to spend more time in the do state, okay? That's what some will refer to as the divine marriage, where what you think becomes what you do. So what you think would represent the divine feminine energy, okay? And what you do would represent the divine masculine energy. And them working in beautiful cohesiveness and reciprocity. And it being shown by what you contribute to the community and how the community thanks you, and in return that abundance is able to be experienced here on earth. But I'm seeing that some of you guys are in a really clogged state, congested, spiritually constipated, rejecting type of energy. If you don't agree, then maybe that's your money that looks like that. And so Spirit is trying to ask you to relate that to understanding energy and how it relates to money, okay? Because maybe you don't think you're doing this. Maybe you're not sharing the right things. You might be social, but how effective is your socializing is what I'm hearing. You know, yes, so you have friends, you have conversation, you have interactions, but of that, how much of it is meat? Okay? Spiritual meat. Get what I'm saying on that, okay? Thank you, Divine Mother and Father. I'm doing your reading a little bit backwards, okay? Because I'm using this deck as your main source of energy. Show me the energies that you need to talk to card number 2 about. What energies do you need to talk to card number 2 about? I'm feeling this energy of not wanting to share certain things because I'm getting Scorpio vibes only because I'm hearing something that my dad always says to me, and he's a Scorpio. And it references not wanting to share because of how many people disrespect a truth that is that appears to be very different or outlandish or absurd. It appears to be that way at first, okay? Like Reverend Ike, if you're familiar with Reverend Ike, I love him. He's starting to get popular now on YouTube, but he wasn't always that popular. Like, he was popular, but he was definitely ahead of his time. You know, he had like followers. He wasn't the type of person that was readily accepted. Let's see, is it less than 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna keep those. Okay, so, but he wasn't always accepted per se, if that makes sense, okay? Because what he was speaking about was the ability to be responsible. And what I mean by responsibility is that he was speaking more towards the ability to recognize the God within self and act upon that. Spiritual marriage. He didn't necessarily put it as a spiritual marriage, wording it that way, but that is what he taught. Think about the things you want to bring about. Act upon the things you want to bring about. And together that produces something. Okay? A divine baby, a spiritual baby of whatever this thing is that you want to bring to life or create. Okay, so the energies that the divine is wanting to address with you, card number 2. Wow, okay. The Sun card also came out in the collective reading, and it was very beautiful. All right, so we've got the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Sun card right here in the middle, the Hanged One, okay, the Hangman, the 8 of Wands, and the Devil. Put these over here for your reading. Oh, wow. Okay. You guys have got some big energies in your reading as well as card number 1. I feel that something that has produced pain for you is going to be the source of, something great. Okay? A wish is fulfilled. I hope that you really set your intentions big when we burn the bay leaf and you send your desires out, because The sun is saying, yes, it is finished. It is done. But I am seeing a little bit of stop and go energy. I'm seeing some forgiveness that needs to take place as well. Almost a energy of soul searching also. An energy of soul searching and searching the self and the soul. The divine feminine energy is strong with this Nine of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Hanged One for some reason. And super big communications. It's like as soon as you come out of this this mentality of isolating self, I see, which is this Hanged Man energy, I see that there is major communications that are going to start taking place with this Eight of Wands. And the Devil card is representing something very significant here. And I'm going to share. Just let me shut this door. My family is back home now. Okay, let me make sure my table is still in sight. Okay. So with this Hangman energy here and the Devil, I am so seeing the need to protect your energy. Like, keep this same vibe and the same comfort that you have developed by being isolated and by being with self. Keep that same energy. But when you're out in the world, make sure that you keep yourself selectively permeable so that nothing can penetrate and harm you in the soul. But make sure that that you're not so impenetrable that you end up not being able to make genuine connections, because you're going to have so many connections that start to present themselves and start to show themselves. And you're going to be in high demand. That's what I'm saying, especially with this Sun card here. But the blockage that starts of the first card out, we can't overlook that the first card out was the Eight of Swords, along with the stop isolating yourself, which kind of gives you the same color scheme with this Eight of Swords, as we all know, is a mental prison that we can put ourselves in. Chariot at the bottom of the deck, very Cancerian vibes. Also the vibes of yin and yang, of understanding both the divine masculine and feminine, understanding how to work with those energies that go round and round in a way that it goes forward. Okay? Evolution. Major evolution for this group. Major evolution. I can't stress that enough. What would you like for the team to know? What would you like for the viewer to understand? It's in their heart, from their heart to hand, from their heart to hand. Heart to hand energy for the collective. Heart to hand for the collective. A little bit of resistance, I feel, for this group. A little bit of resistance. What's in the heart? What is hidden in the heart space for card number 2? What is hidden in the heart space, Most High God, for card number 2? Energies in the heart space for card number 2. Lots of resistance in the heart space. Holding back. Not really wanting to share. Not really wanting to be a part. And it's not because there's a lack of quality there. But there may be a little bit of imposter syndrome going on there. Maybe just a little. Energies in the heart space for card number 2. In the heart space, wow. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, the Tower, the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Cups. That's what's going on in the heart space. In the heart space, let me sit for a minute. Ah. Some way you see, some way that you're thinking about happiness is not the only way that happiness can exist. Some way that you're seeing yourself is not the only way that you're allowed to see yourself. Okay? What I'm hearing is the word multifaceted. There's one specific way or one specific hat or one specific pathway that you have been seeing yourself as, or it's a route that you've been taking because it's the most straightforward route instead of taking the more circuitous route. But what I'm seeing is that circuitous route that you've been trying to avoid for the sake of spending extra time on the path is the path where everything is. That's interesting. So some old way of thinking, old way of doing things, old way of traveling, old way of working, old way is crumbling. And then this new way that comes in is this way of seeing yourself for who you truly are versus what you think you should be or what others try to put you into this box of being. It's like a way that you've always been, a way that you've always been seen. And it's really big energy too. It's like maybe you've always seen yourself as being a medical doctor, but now you want to be a naturopathic doctor. It's like a change, a way that you do things, a way that you work, a way that you do your business. When I open the deck here, the cards that stick out to me is this Emperor card. I know that this is the Nine of Cups, and I know that this is the Three of Swords. So this big change that is going to have to come through you showing your actual actions and your behaviors, it really sets you free, and it sets you free from the heartache that is here. Okay, it's like the heartache is only related to this mental prison that is existing here, and this mental prison is wrapped around, or it's like a convoluted mesh of thinking only one way. It's like all these possibilities that have been taken and wound up like Christmas tool. I'm seeing like that stuff that people that use to decorate for Christmas. It's like it's like a decoration, a aluminum foil looking decoration, and I'm seeing it like a bunch of different ones, and somebody just took them and twirled them up around one stick. Like, how much fun is that? None at all, none whatsoever. And that new way is spreading those pathways of connection out so that they can actually be utilized to bring in a harvest, to bring in the abundance that wants to come in and that has been wanting to come in during this new moon harvest, this full moon, excuse me, this full moon harvest. What is in the hand right now of the viewer? What's in your hand is the ability to call things in, the ability to work. Again, the Chariot. Again, we end on with the bottom of the deck on the Chariot. A very Cancerian vibes. But it's Cancerian in the nature of doing what it is that you love to do and protecting it and allowing that thing to be and create a home, a spiritual home for self. I'm seeing like a spiritual home renovation. Okay, a spiritual home renovation. What is the clarity about this isolation energy, Most High God? The clarification around this isolation energy. See, this abundance that's coming in for you guys on this harvest moon is really about honoring something that you have been desiring for a long time. Honoring that space, truly honoring that space, and not letting it go just because it may be something that is larger than life. Stop isolating yourself. What clarification do you have for the viewer? Stop isolating yourself. To stop isolating yourself is going to bring about a victory, like I said, of lots of connections. Lots of connections. There will be some legalities that may have to be taken care of, especially with the Tower card and the contract. There may be a Libra that is significantly helping in this energy, or you may need to embody the energy of Libra by bridging over this with this. That's the way I'm seeing it. And to stick with your decision. Stick with your decision instead of flipping back and forth about what it is that you wish to do. Now, the angelic assistance, and then we'll get on out of here. Card number 2. Angelic assistance for card number 2. Most High God, angelic assistance for card number 2. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Angelic assistance. Those pathways are significant. Those pathways are significant. When I was seeing the tool and I was saying it's like these different pathways, but they've all been taken and twirled around into one, like disregarded. And then the angel that is helping is the goddess of the sacred path. Let go of logic and trust your intuition. Trust. It's going to take a lot of trust in this energy, and make sure that what you're saying with this contract card, relaxation at the bottom of the deck, I'm really getting say what you mean and mean what you say. And first get straight what it is that you need to say, or what it is that you want to say, need to say. Get that straight before you come out of isolation. Also, stay within balance of self as you venture out into the world, okay? There's nothing wrong with this isolation energy, okay? As long as it's of a healthy balance with what you give to the world, okay? Because if you don't share what it is that you gain in those moments of being with the divine, then you're going to start to notice that there is a disconnection that takes place, and it's a very unnatural feeling. And I won't get too far into that energy, because I want you to focus on these connections that are trying to be made with this Sun card and the 8 of Wands, the goddess of the sacred path. How much power you actually have right now to bring these things about with the Queen of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles, okay? And how much of the divine is working through you at this time, okay? So I hope that this reading has been of assistance to you. If it has, let me know. Until next time, continue to vibrate love and vibrate well. Peace.